Hi, I'm Jim Greenwood, President and CEO of Bio. Bio is celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, so going back to 1993 when we first began. We're here at the Bio CEO and Investor Conference. There are something like 700 investors here and a couple of hundred biotech companies, and the companies are trying to convince the investors to invest. I'm sitting with a man, Fred Frank, who is the chair of Evolution Life Sciences Partners. I have that right? Evolution Life Sciences Partners? Investors. But Fred was at the beginning of this whole process. So the question I have for you is, how did you know more than 25 years ago that the life sciences, biotechnology was worth investing in?
Well, I was very fortunate, Jim, because I had a call one day from Alex Zaffaroni, who was the co-founder of Syntex, and then found Alza, who asked me to come out to Berkeley, California to meet with a new little company called Cetus. So I went out in 1977, 78, and I met with Cetus, and I was enthralled by, they were talking about this new science of molecular biology. We didn't call it Biotech yet.
Right.
And so I spent a lot of time with Cetus and a lot of time in those days with Genentech. And Genentech was the first company to go public in 1980, and then Cetus in 1981. And it's interesting because Genentech went public, they sold 1 million shares of stock at 35. And the first day it traded in the 80s.
Wow.
Nothing like this had ever happened.
Wow.
And closed at 77. And the investors were not institutions. They were actually individuals who had been reading about this new world of molecular biology in Fortune magazine with Gene Polinsky. And they felt, I'm invested in this. It might help my family. It might help me.
So it kind of reminds me of the dot-com phenomenon, right?
Exactly.
It was brand new, everybody wanted to get into it. But do you think back then the investors had any understanding that this was that from the beginning of this process to the end could take 12, 15 years and they might not get their money back?
The industry didn't know.
Right.
Because the theory was that since these are natural molecules, they'll be safer, and since they're safer, they'll get through the FDA faster. Wrong.
Right, not so much.
I gave a speech many years ago that said, if you want to be a so-called FIPCO, a fully integrated pharmaceutical company, you have to learn to sequence. You have to start off by being a JITCO, a just-in-time provider of lead compounds to big pharma. That will bring in enough money so you become a RITCO, a royalty income trust company, and then you can become a FIPCO. If you don't follow the sequence from JITCO to RITCO to FIPCO, you become a SHITCO, and I don't think that's what you want to do. But that's what a lot of them did, because they grossly underestimated how long it would take, how expensive it would take. So when Cetus went public, they raised $123 million, the largest IPO ever done, except for Ford Motor, which is a secondary. And they said on the roadshow, this is the last financing we'll ever have to do.
Wow.
Shows you the problem. 5 financings later, and they became acquired by Chiron.
So here we are 25 years later. You're still in the business. You're still bullish on the industry? You still think this is the place to invest?
Yeah, it's high risk, but very high reward. As you very well know, Jim, the number of products which start in research, which become actual products, are very few. But those that do become, we create huge value. And so it's interesting, the first pharmaceutical company to ever have $1 billion product was SmithKline. And now in biotech, we have many of them, right?
Yeah. Well, the fact that it's so risky is why the prices have to be so high, and that's our big challenge. As it was then, it is now, trying to convince the policymakers that there's a reason for the expense at the cost of these products, and hoping that they will help us to continue for the next 25 years to be an innovative industry. Thank you for being with us, Fred, and thank you for being with us from the very beginning.